Alright guys, good morning. Today we are doing a brake job on the Subaru Legacy. If you can see it, it's right there. It's funny because my friend John is working on his brakes now on his STI. So I'm giving John a hand, or he's really showing me what to do, because I don't know what I'm doing. But we're doing his brakes, and then we're going to do my brakes. We got new rotors, new pads. My brakes have been shot for the longest time, so pretty excited. You guys know who John is. If you guys haven't followed my channel, you understand John's a good friend of mine. He's helped me with my exhaust install. He's helped me. I've shot his car before. You guys know John. So yeah, doing his brakes, and then we're gonna do my brakes. Should be fun. Or not. We're already running into some issues. Alright guys, don't mind my crazy hair because this brake job is turning into something that's way more than it's supposed to. But John's doing his brake job on his STI. He got brand new brakes, rotors, pads, or whatever. How do you open this thing? Don't worry, I got it. Figure it out. Don't worry, So this is what he has to do to make it fit. So this is his brand new brake pads. So he's literally gonna grind this so that it clears. And I'll show you what I mean by it clears. But
what's your lens?
Yeah, just. The reason he's grinding it, this is his brake setup, brand new brakes. This is his clearance. So if you see this nut, if I spin this, oh my, see how we grinded it away? So it fits? Look at that. Oh, it just misses. That's crazy. Oh my god. So that's why he's grinding it down. It's freaking ridiculous. But back to my brake job. So this is where I'm at. I'm doing the rear. The front already is done. The front's on. This is the rear. I'm burning this up now. It should be done in a minute. It's got to put the brake pads on. Brake pads. That's just anti-squealing stuff. But I'm going to put this all back together. Then when I do the other side, I'm going to show you guys exactly how to take your brakes apart, whatever. Because I just learned today. It's good. So I'm putting it together, and then I'll show you guys the actual process. Alright guys, so first step to the brake job. Make sure you jack your car up. Make sure you use jack stands. Don't be stupid. Use them. They're there for a reason. I only have two, so this is perfect because I did that side first, and now I'm doing this side. So if you only have two, or even if you only have one, because you only do one wheel at a time anyway. So just use a fucking jack stand. All right, don't kill yourself. Alright guys, so once your wheel is off, we're going to start with the front brakes just because they're easier than the rear brakes, and I'll explain why later. But we're going to take this off. We're going to take the caliper off. So to do this, there's two bolts. There's a bolt right here, and then there's a bolt right here, if you can see it. We're going to take that out. That's going to take this middle piece off, and then we're going to actually take like the bracket off. So we're going to take these two bolts out. This will come off. Then we'll take the pads out, and then we'll take this piece off. So let's do that. Hands are so dirty, I don't want to touch the camera. Alright, so once you have your knuckle off, I guess this is called, your knuckle, just be careful because your brake line is right here. So people usually hang it from the strut, which is what I'm going to do in a second. Don't let this fall because that breaks, you're going to have a bad time. But yeah, we're going to take these out. These should just pop out, like so. Take the back pad out. Should just pop out. Maybe. Possibly. Once you have the brake pads out, behind the car, if I can get in here. Okay, so there's two bolts back here. There's this one. Let me get some lighting right there. There's that one. And then right above it is this one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to soak it in PB Blaster. And then just take these bolts out. Okay, so those bolts are 19. Just in case you're wondering. bolting out. I gotta get the bottom one. But I'm too weak. Oh, I didn't think about that. Yeah. If all else fails and the bolt's being really stubborn, go to your friend's house, like I did, and use their tools. This is John's impact gun, and this should help us get that button out. And then, when the impact gun doesn't work because it doesn't fit because of the control arm, you get a big ass breaker bar out, and yeah. Fuck you. I got it. I got it. Huh? Bleed it? Yeah. Once you use a big breaker for a fucking bar, I'm gonna bleed that too. Once you use this, just the regular ratchet, obviously. It's obvious. Obvious mechanics 101. Take the rest of them. Once they're cracked, it's easy. Just take the bolts off. Okay. Once all the bolts are out, this will literally just come out, and now we can take the rotor off. Alright guys, so once all this is off, you gotta take a rotor off. Mine's rusted, and I'm sure a lot of people have this issue. This is the fun part. Bang the shit out of it with a hammer, and it'll come loose. But bang it in like sides, like go like right, left, up, down. Don't just like bang one side, like bang it all around. And voila! Take your nice new shiny rotor and stick her on there. That's it, voila, pack it up. Thanks for watching. Brakes are done, see ya. Alright, so now your new rotor's on. It just sits here. New rotor's on. What we have to do now is we actually have to compress the calipers, because you see the pistons, how they're out. Get a friend. I have a friend who's gonna help me compress it. But what we do is go to your engine bay. Loosen your brake fluid cap. Just loosen it. Don't take it off or anything. All you gotta do is do one little turn. This way it lets air out when we compress the calipers. You know, when you put new brake pads in or you put brake pads in, they compress to keep it, you know, with the brake pads. So when you put in new brake pads in with more padding, you need to compress this. So I'm gonna ask my friend John, who's over there, to help me compress these. So yeah. Go, baby, go. Go, baby, go. Alright, so now that your caliper's compressed, your rotor's on, and you have this piece here that came off, that we took off. See these little metal things? We're going to take these off. There you go. They just come off. And my brakes, I don't know if all brakes do this, but the brakes that I ordered, this is my first brake job, so they send you new ones. So we're going to replace these, obviously, with new ones. They have a certain way, just match them, because this one is for this side, and then there's one for the other side. So make sure you match them and go in the correct orientation. Alright, so once you flip the metals, you put the new metals in, whatever you want to call them. I don't really know what they're called. Brake pad holder things. What are they called? Guides? Okay, brake pad guides. We're just going to reinstall this, same way we took it off. The, was it a 19mm bolt? So we're going to put the two bolts in, tighten it down, secure it, and then we're going to put our brake pads in. Make sure these things are fairly tight because they have lock nuts on them, but you don't want these coming loose while you're driving. Alright, so now that everything's pretty much on, you got your rotor on, you got your bracket, I guess, on, you have your guides, the brake pad guides on. So the next part is to put your brake pads on. Now, there is a front and a back to your brake pads. The way to tell is this is your front, this is your rear. Your rear brake pads have this piece of metal right here. This is called a squeaker. And this is basically for that when your brakes wear down, this will start grinding on your rotor, making a very annoying squeaking sound. That's why people are like, oh, my brakes are squeaking. You probably need new pads. And this is your front, not your rear. Like they're both for the front brake, but this goes on the back side of the rotor, right? And then this goes on the front side. But this is an extra step that I'm going to take. This is anti-squeak, disc brake quiet. This is so that when you get new brakes, your brakes don't squeak when you first breaking them in or whatever. Put a little blob there. really it. And I mean, I'm gonna use my fingers. I don't really care right now, but you could just use whatever you want to spread it. Just spread it evenly around the brake pad. I guess you only really need it where the piston hits it, but we're just gonna glob it on here. Only put it on the back side, by the way. On the back of your pads, there's like this little metal plate. Don't put it on your actual pads. Put it on the rear. I don't know if I have to actually say that, but I'm sure there's someone out there who might DM me. I put them on my pads and they're stuck. Don't do that. All right, so if you did this step and it's dried or whatever, you can now just put them on. Putting brake pads on are fairly easy. Just put this down like this, and you should just be able to kind of just push this in. I need 2 hands, so I'm gonna put the camera down, but they should just essentially pop in. But yeah, hold on. Are you good, bro? Once your brake pads are on, we're just gonna put the caliper back on and then tighten up all the bolts. Obviously reverse order the way we took it off, and then fronts will be done. Then we'll move to the rears. Alright guys, that's it for the fronts really. My battery's about to die, so I'm gonna be very conservative on how to do the rears, but it's basically the same concept, just the bolts are a little friggin' annoying to get out. And make sure you take your bungee or whatever you took out. Oh my god, it's gonna rain. It's pouring right now. Make sure you take your bungee out because I didn't on the other side, and when I lowered the car I had to fish it out. It was a pain in the ass. So fronts are done and we're gonna move to the rears. Alright guys, so the rears are the same process. This is where I'm at. I took everything apart. But the only difference is that to get to the bolts to take this bracket piece off is you have to like go through the control arms and like make a makeshift ratchet or however you want to do it. What? What did I say? What did I say? A makeshift ratchet? Sorry, so you need extensions, a lot of them, or whatever works. An 8-inch and a 3-inch, according to John, because he helped me do this. So you gotta go through like your control arm, get your ratchet in there. You can do it in the top and the bottom. Other than those bolts being really annoying to access, it's the same exact process on the rears as it is in the front. Same amount of bolts, everything. And that's it. I'm gonna button this up now, and we'll be done. Brakes will be done. Alright guys, so in typical Brandon fashion, I never closed out the video. So I just want to give a huge shout out to John. John, thank you so much for hooking me up. He literally showed me how to do the brakes and then pretty much just put me on my own, which is really nice. So I learned a lot today. So huge shout out to John for helping me do everything and using his spot and his tools and all that good stuff. So John, thanks again. But yeah guys, hopefully this video helps you if you don't know how to do brakes. I did not, and I want to say that if I could do brakes, then you guys definitely can do brakes, because I'm always like, I don't know, you guys, you just, if I could do it, you could do it. As always guys, thank you so much for watching. If you liked the video, hit that like button. If you want to see more, hit that subscribe button. If you got any questions, leave a comment, and I will see you guys in the next one.